Good morning. You are watching the deposition of Chief Gary Lyle, a 27-year veteran of the Anne Arundel County Police Department with a background in special investigations. When Katherine Sarah Morris dies and her body is found at the mall, there were 4 cameras that car was in view of. The family is only given the footage from one camera, and that is the camera that is the farthest away. For 6 years, the police will allege there was no footage because there was no motion in that parking lot. In 2018, they changed the story, finally, to stating the footage had been deleted, but have never answered why. For the
Yeah,
record,
yes, ma'am. It's Joseph Gary Lyle.
so you are aware that everything you say is subject to, as if you were in a courtroom and before a judge or a jury.
Yes, ma'am. I have all the story.
Are you familiar with standard operating procedures when it comes to evidence, like with video uh, surveillance evidence? Killings?
Mhm.
Okay. Um, you've been at the college for how long?
18 years.
In your 18 years there, how many times have you had somebody die on campus or on camera, and or on camera?
None. Other than the incident with your daughter.
Did you think that was an important incident?
Certainly.
Did you think there was a need to preserve any information about that incident?
We preserved exactly what the police department asked us for. The car drives for about 4 minutes before it actually parks. Because you can't, there's not just one camera, so you have to go ahead and flip from camera to camera. But looking back at that, where the vehicle was, and it's the farthest distance you could have possibly gotten from that camera.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't close. It was the farthest away. It looked like the brake lights came on. They stayed on until about 9:51, and the brake lights go out. And then there was no other activity around the vehicle until about 5:30 in the morning. I saw a mall security vehicle stop, and then you see.
So you saw at 5:30 mall security show up?
Mhm.
Your experience, what, with a person with 26 years, 27 years in Anne Arundel County Police Department,
Mhm.
when you have a video of a death scene, basically, would you say that's what that was? Or when you have, say in general, when you have a video of a death scene, from your experience, how should that be?
I would have probably done exactly the same thing, just trying to record, to go back and record the movement of the vehicle.
No,
I mean, the
you jumped
hours.
ahead. I'm asking a generalization
Mhm.
as to how, when there is a surveillance video of a crime scene or incident,
Mhm.
how a standard operating procedure, how that video should be handled. What would be the procedure?
Well, currently we put it on thumb drive. We're going to record the part that's evidentiary and put it on a thumb drive.
What do you consider evidentiary if you're observing it?
Things that are pertinent and critical to the investigation.
Okay.
I mean, having, and I'll go back to the other part. I mean, having, what, 12 hours
Mm-hmm.
and probably 14 minutes out of 13 hours of something that was critical.
Well, are your cameras motion sensitive?
Mhm.
Okay, so were
But to
people
be
go?
honest, at that distance, no, at that distance, you're going to record only what it's seeing. I mean, it was a far. You couldn't have got any farther away on that camera.
Well, we understand that, but we're talking about the camera itself. Is it motion sensitive or not?
Yes.
It's your testimony that the homicide detective told you what parts to.
That we gave it.
So it is your testimony that he told you what he wanted on that drive. Is that correct, sir?
I, I, I think is what he said.
Well,
I mean, he
did
had the
he
whole
or
thing. I mean, we give him whatever we wanted. I mean, we didn't make the determination. We were acting to help the police department. It was their investigation. It wasn't ours. It just happened to be on our property. They were in charge of the investigation. We didn't even go out for that very reason.
Well, who made the decision what would be, you gave him evidence on what?
Said the sergeant, whatever the sergeant's name was, who came out the 7th and the 8th and looked at the tape, told them what they wanted, and then the thumb drivers made.
Okay, but
That to the police department.
We go off the record. He's saying rap means this. The police officer says, these are the times I want.
no, we're going on the record, because
Okay.
I want testimony about what he says the police
All right,
officer said.
Go ahead, finish.
Our understanding now is that the homicide detective that you initially talked with on the 6th or the 7th
Mhm.
told you what portions of that video he wanted.
Yeah, when he came in, he determined they were the ones that were vital to the case and that he wanted.
Are you saying that as a 26-year veteran, 27 years, that your background as a police officer and leader in that field, an expert,
And then we wouldn't have kept it. There was no reason for our perspective.
a girl dying under your watch on your campus was not a reason to preserve anything? Is that what you're saying?
No. The police department was in charge of investigation, not us. We were doing what was requested to aid them in the investigation of their case, and that's what we did.
Somehow we've lost what was there, and so any questions anyone has, how are we supposed to, can you answer my questions?
Yeah, I can. There was
I've
nothing else on that tape. I looked at it. There was nothing else on the tape. If there would have been something other than what the police department looked at and I looked
Okay,
at,
sir.
it would have been on the tape.
I have a sworn deposition that says that the officer that responded to the scene did not dial 911 right away, and that he tampered with the death scene, and that would have been on the videotape.
Not necessarily.
You-
I told you it was far away. All you saw was the vehicle pull up.
When you saw the
Okay.
vehicle pull up, there still should have been a time lapse, and that individual did things that may or may not have been
Well,
available
I
under
don't-
his own testimony and on his own deposition testimony. He did things at the death scene. That is the reason why we're questioning what happened on that
I'm
videotape.
gonna,
But we could have at least seen time lapses. Could have possibly seen with perhaps some special enhancements if he went into other parts of the car.
I guess.
I mean, it's under his
I-
sworn statement in deposition that he did tamper with parts of the car.
objection.
On May 7th, 2012, approximately 0:32 hours, mall security stops the deceased vehicle. Emergency vehicles are seen arriving at the scene.
Okay, you just said there was nothing there. Can you explain what happened to that footage? Because, sir, could you explain what happened to that footage?
Yes, ma'am. That video footage was not recorded or given to the police because they didn't want that part. They wanted, I assume, the parts that saw the vehicle itself and the involvement of the vehicle driving.
That's correct. They saw the video, and then they told him what portions, which didn't include this, that they wanted. That's what he's saying to you.
But what I don't understand is that the video doesn't end. The video continues to show footage, if you looked at it, of the mall parking lot.
Correct.
It continues for many, many hours up until whatever time it appears. It shows the mall parking lot. But when it gets to 5:30 in the morning, where it should show police cars, there's no police cars there. That's what I'm asking you to explain.
I don't want to tell you. I can't explain. I'm just saying the footage that I reviewed had what you currently read on here.
The reason you and I are having this thing is, I understand what you're saying, but the police come in, they review a video. They say, we want this copy of this time, and this time. Why they didn't want a copy of the last thing that Gary talks about in there, we don't know.
Well, you're more than likely right, but the problem we're having is that that's not what the police are saying, and they haven't said that for a whole year.
Well,
So we need to determine,
Yeah,
what
well, then
happened,
you
where
gotta find
it
out.
got broken at, and we can say it got broken with them. It might have got
did they
broken along
know
the
on
way.
this date that there was that vehicle there? They knew.
What we have been told was that the video was not compatible with their system.
Well, you know that, well,
So, like I said, we can look
Are
at
we
this.
on the record?
We're on the record
Okay.
because